Let's make a rectangle. You can go here or press Q on your keyboard and make any rectangle you want. It has to have no stroke, so set the stroke to none and change the fill color to F1, F1, F1. Then we can go here, press enter and change this to background, because this is going to be the background of our message. Then in the shape properties, set the roundness to 45 and unlink the size, set the first number to 750 and second number to 150. As you can see, this is the shape I'm going for. You can increase the first number of size to make it a bit longer or shorter, but I wouldn't recommend that. So let's set it back to 750. Now let's align this rectangle in the center of our composition. My way is to use shortcuts. So first press Command, Alt and Home to align the anchor point, and then just Command and Home to align it perfectly in the center of composition. Okay, second thing is to make another rectangle. Press Q on your keyboard and now hold Shift while making it to make a perfect rectangle like this. Then use the same shortcuts. You can, for example, use this align tool to align it perfectly in the center. It doesn't matter. So let's change the color of this rectangle to fully black. It doesn't matter which color is it because it's not going to be visible. So let's increase the roundness to 30 and see how this looks like. Okay, this is too big, as you can see. So in comparison to this white rectangle, this black one is too big. So make it like this. Now I think this is good. Okay, we just want to go for the same look as Apple Messages. Now we want the same distance from here, which is bottom, to this black rectangle, and distance from top to black rectangle is the same because we aligned it, but from left to here is not. So in order to make it perfect, because we are making a template, so we can just go that 1% more and make a line, hold Shift while making it, then hold Alt and click here to add a stroke, then align the anchor point in the center like this, and set the rotation to 90 degrees. You can press R on your keyboard to see the rotation property, not that one, and then align it like this and drag this rectangle while holding Shift to here. So now it's perfectly aligned, as you can see. Now, next thing is text. So press Command and T to add text and type title. Okay, first thing we want to do is to change the color to, for example, something like not fully black, but something like this. Okay. And I use SF Pro because it's the Apple font, and I really recommend you to use SF Pro because it's the best for this type of message. Then we can set it to semi-bold, or maybe, yeah, let's set it to semi-bold. So this is going to be our title. And the most important thing to do is to align to use the left alignment and then go to pen behind anchor point tool, which is this one, and select it and hold Command to align it perfectly to this left middle point. Okay, so now if I type any text, it's going to be from left to right, which is exactly what we want. Okay, I'll maybe increase the size later on. Now we need to add another text, and it's going to be our main text or message. So message. Okay, select this text and change it to SF Pro regular. Okay, this so you can see the look we're going for. So it has to be left alignment, and let's align this anchor point to be right here. Okay. Now let's drag this title to be. Let's press Command and R to get our rulers, and maybe set this title right here. And let's see. Okay, maybe make it a bit bigger. Okay, and this main text, make it also a bit bigger. Okay, and now let's align them. So something like this. I used rulers. Okay, let's see how this looks like in terms of alignment. Okay, I can drag these two, hold shift to select them both, and just hold shift and down arrow to drag them down, and just down arrow to drag them a bit more down. Okay, I think this looks perfect. Okay, so we can add another text, so press Command and T to add this text. So for example, 9:45 a.m. and select this text and change its fill color to 939393 and use the rulers once again to align it perfectly with this title. It has to be left alignment, and align the anchor point to left and set it to be here. Maybe make it a bit smaller, so something like this. Okay, press V on your keyboard and align it somewhere around here. Okay, maybe it's too small, so I'll make it just a bit bigger and see if it is aligned well with title. No, it's not, so I have to align it once again. Okay, this is now perfect. So as you can see, now we have this title, main text, and this 9:45 a.m. We can, for example, use maybe what you should do is actually set this to right alignment. Okay, so now align it well with this side, and then now we can type now, for example, so we have a different message. Okay, so it can be now or 9:56 a.m. or whatever you want, so like that. Then for the icon, here I have this few logos, so let's use iMessage logo and drag it onto the timeline. Okay, then make it smaller by holding shift and then dragging it. So now it's perfectly aligned in the center, and press Command and R just to get rid of these rulers. So let's drag this to here by holding shift. You need to drag it to this black rectangle somewhere around there, then make it smaller, and now hold Command and drag this, and you will see that it snaps to place. So we want it exactly at the center of this black rectangle. We can drag it here and change this name of black rectangle to icon mask. Okay, and now as this is perfectly aligned because we holded Control and dragged it to here, we can make it smaller, and you will see this black rectangle. Now what we want to do is to make this message just a bit bigger than this black rectangle. Okay, this is perfect. Then go here and use track matte feature and track matte it to icon mask. Now you will see if I scale down this thing, you probably won't see the difference, but if I scale it up, you will see that it just stays in this icon mask shape. So now it's perfect. And we have our message. You can, for example, change it to Dad, and select this main text and said, I'm proud of you, or whatever you want. That's the point of this. So now it looks like this, and you can change this to now, of course, but let's set it back to how it was because we are making a template. Now you will see that this message, you can change it to any logo you want. So you just need to select it right here and go into your project panel and hold Alt and drag any image you want and just replace it. And you will see that now I have a Facebook. Maybe I can drag it a bit more, and there we go. I can again select this Facebook image and go and select this WhatsApp, hold Alt and drag it right here. Then make this WhatsApp a bit bigger, or use a stripe just hold Alt and drag it here. Now I have a stripe notification, just have to make it big enough. So perfect. As you can see, it's a perfect thing to use, and you can use it as much as you want. Now, last thing I want to do is to select all of these. You can just select this icon mask, then hold Shift and select this LS text and parent it to this background. So if I animate the background, everything is going to be moved with it. Now, what I would recommend you is to make the same thing, as this is a template, just dark theme. So make a new composition by pressing Command and N and call this one dark theme. And now this is how we use this template, if you didn't know. So just select this first one, hold Shift and press Command and C and drag it here. So here I can change this background to something really dark. Okay. Then change the text to something grayish. Okay. Just copy and paste this hex color. Okay. Maybe it's too dark, so make it the same as this one because I like this one. Change the fill color to this and select the title. Okay, title, and change it to this thing. You can probably change the icon to black mode icon, and yeah, there you go. In order to make these things a template, let's go here and delete this stripe icon and turn on this icon mask and do the same thing into here. Delete this stripe icon and turn on this icon mask. So now we have something like this. Okay, I want you to save this project as Apple Message or whatever, name it whatever you want, just name it somehow and save it like this. So whenever you have a new project, let me make a new project, new composition. Okay, you edit, you do whatever you want, you make your animations, then you go here to this home button, find your message, and you can save it. Save this project wherever you want and go here. Now, select this first thing and this last thing by holding Shift. It's important to select the first thing first and then the background last because of the order. Then just click Command and C, then go here into your project. You can click Don't Save and just click Paste or Command and V. Now you have a fully customizable message in your new project and you can reuse it in as many projects as you want. Okay, now we're in our new project and let's make an animation. So I can add a stripe logo, for example, drag it onto my timeline, make it small and hold Shift to drag it here, then hold Command to align it perfectly with the anchor point. Now it's good. Then make it just a bit bigger than this black rectangle and use a track matte feature to track matte it. And don't forget to parent it to this icon mask, and that's it. Now we can change this text. Let's change this text to now. See how this looks like. I want this now to be just a bit to the left, so I'll use Shift and left arrow to drag it to the left and maybe a bit more. There we go. Okay, so now we have something like this. You can just add a background. So let me add a background. So we have something going on. Okay, not two of them. Then use this thing. Okay. If you want to make this a bit more cool, you can go to background, press T for transparency and set this to 90%. So it's a bit see-through, but not fully. So now you can select this first thing, hold Shift and select this last thing, hold Command Shift and C to pre-comp it. You can rename it, but I won't. And now we can use, for example, position and then by pressing P and then hold Shift and press T for opacity. So now let's set opacity to 0, make a keyframe, go few frames forward, let's say 12, and set the opacity to 100. Easy ease these keyframes by selecting F9 and set a keyframe for position, drag it to 1 second, which is right here. So, okay, and set the position a bit lower. We have this animation, and we can easy ease these by pressing F9, and there you go. That's it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and see you in the next one. Bye.